the Governing Council of Kisii National Polytechnic, lecturers and tutors, parents, students, graduates, distinguished guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Hamjambo. Barrington Mbuyamore. Mbuyamore naende. Nyasaye no muya. Chinga kichionzi. Mulembe. Chamge. Amoso ujo durwa. Enda subabogi. Na hiyo ingine yote mingi. Bwana Yesu wasifiwe. Asanteni sana. I arrived here today with a deep sense of pride. My pride stems from the 1,200 plus young people who are gathered here today to celebrate their exit from this institution and the beginning of their contribution to our great nation. I am also immensely proud of this institution and this day, which represents a vindication of our single-minded focus as Jubilee government to expand the scope and capacity of technical training institutions in Kenya. Tafadhali keti chini nitakuona baadaye, my friend. Yeah. A few years ago, if you did not qualify for university education at the high school, your chances of a productive life were written off. And we ended up with hundreds of thousands of young people failing in or falling in between the cracks with their potential and capacity for growth, similarly falling down the drain. When we were elected, we set about changing the narrative of loss and despair. And it is no surprise to see that enrollment to vocational and technical training institutions doubled from 127,000 in 2012 to 275,000 in 2017. It is also no surprise to learn that TVET funding has hit record high under the Jubilee administration. From 2017, an additional 130,000 students have enrolled in TVET to bring the 2019 figure to 363,000 students. We have also provided, through the Higher Education Loans Board, money for student tuition and upkeep to the tune of 40,000 per student per year. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the growth of this institution, which was made a national polytechnic by the Jubilee administration, closely mirrors the national trend. Enrollment has grown from 3,000 when it was an Institute of Technology in 2016 to 11,600 currently, out of which 5,200 are male and 6,400 are female. This institution is an institution with a big difference. It is the only institution where I have found more women than men in college. Congratulations to the ladies. This has exceeded the set target of 10,000 trainees for each of our 10 national polytechnics. The Polytechnics has this Polytechnic has 240 trainers, of which 130 are public service trainees and 107 are council trainees. We are not yet done. Over 130 new technical training institutions are in various stages of construction and completion. And we have recruited, in the last 3 months, we have recruited an additional 2,000 trainers to work in these institutions. We are in the process of concluding the hiring of another 1,000 trainers in the next 1 month to bring to 3,000 trainers that will be available for our TVET institutions. I listened very carefully to the statement made by the principal of this college about the number of trainers or lecturers in this institution, and I want to state that of those being hired, 15 trainers, new trainers, will be sent to Kisii National Polytechnic. In collaboration with the African Development Bank, the Ministry of Education is successfully funding projects in TVET institutions. The mechanical workshop in this institution that has costed us in the region of 170 million is a prime example. Similarly, the ministry has sponsored the training of staff in engineering that is ongoing at Dedan Kimathi University of Science and Technology. Technology or technical and vocational education is at the heart of the Kenya we want to build. All our goals in agriculture, in manufacturing, housing, technology, all depend on building a labor force with the required skill set. The big idea is to ensure we do not lose generations of talent because of an obsession with white-collar jobs. The big idea is to create a talent pool that can serve the needs of industry and our flagship economic programs, such as the housing pillar, our value addition, our agro-processing, our manufacturing, and our industrialization plan. We want to create a generation of competent individuals who can bring quality skills into the marketplace and as service providers. We have not yet achieved full transition from secondary to higher education, but this year's academic placement to TVET institutions is on course and has hit the 200,000 mark by the end of this year, which will double the number of those admitted to the university. This is progress, and this is change. Human capital is the critical and often understated ingredient for our economic planning and development. This is why we need to intensify the capacity of our institutions to produce quality professionals of all cadres and stripes. Vision 2030 and the Big Four agenda will rely on this skill set to reach fruition. To the talented and brilliant young people graduating today, welcome to the Kenyan Society of Workers. There is a place for you if you are willing to work hard, if you are creative, and if you are innovative. If you are willing to take a risk, start a business or a project, there is a good chance your community will support you, but you must bring your very best to the table. Today may mark the end of your certificate or diploma education, but it does not mark the end of your learning. Indeed, it may be argued that learning has just but begun. You will find people out there who are better, faster, and more efficient than you. Learn from them, learn their secrets, and beat them at their game. You will also find those who are slower, inefficient, and wasteful. Learn from them too. Avoid their mistakes. Today's marketplace is about solving problems, and you cannot prepare for this with textbooks. We are talking about creating new tools to solve everyday problems. It is about applying practical skills to tackle major challenges like global warming, water shortage, or public health crisis. The problem may be global, but the solutions must be local. If you can help your village sort out an irrigation issue, or a water harvesting problem, or whatever problem is affecting their quality of life, you will be making a big change in the world. When you do not get employed, give your best. When you do get employed, give your best. Do not show up for work drunk, or do not be lazy. If you do not ask, if you do not know, ask. There is no shame in admitting that you don't know. To the parents and guardians here today, let us support our young people. Let us encourage them and push them to go even further. I want to congratulate the Kisii National University for embracing best practice in service delivery, which is evident through the adoption of performance contracting and ISO 901-2015 certification. Congratulations. Let me, however, say a few things in response to what some of the issues that have been raised by both the chair and the principal of this great institution, and to speak to this very large gathering of graduates, students, parents, guardians, and Kenyans from every walk of life. I have a few things to say, and as I have said, maybe I should do this in Kiswahili, ndio tuelewane vizuri. Chuo hii ya Kisii National Polytechnic 2016 ilikuwa na wanafunzi 3,000 na ilikuwa na matatizo mengi, lakini tuliamua kama serikali ya Jubilee ya kwamba ili kutatua tatizo la ukosefu wa kazi katika taifa letu la Kenya, lazima tufanye mambo mawili ya muhimu.